Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is SKTV coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. Today, we are going to be discussing post-election Liberia. The question is, what's next? What's next? The election is over. A lot of people have been announced winners and losers. We still believe the process was fraudulent. We still believe that process is not free, it's not fair, or it's not transparent. But as things stands right now, as everything stands right now, what next for you as a Liberian? I want to know what you think. I want to know what's on your mind. But I'm going to play this video by Yeke Kolba yesterday, then while we share the show. And then right after that, we will jump into the conversation. It's very, very important. Listen to Yeke Kolba here.
Well, today is the first day today. Welcome to the media. Thank you. Tell us your concern today. Well, today is the first day. Today is our opening day. We have come here to officially open, to do the Lebrampo business. And we are open and we'll be here on Thursday. Look, we got serious issue in this country. We see the manner and form in which the election commission is proceeding with this election is not correct. And we don't see the United Party talking about it. What the people should be doing now from the opposition to be coming off every talent sheet they get to inform the people. But instead, they say Nato Mohale will divide job. People have become an embarrassment.
The opposition?
Yes.
So they are currently planning how to divide.
Oh yeah. Right now they got people on how the United Party. You have not won election talking about dividing job. Look, we are calling on you people. That bullshit you're on. You better start telling the Liberian people how much support and how much vote you people get for the Liberian people and start doing bullshit. Because what you put on right now is bullshit. You not win election and talk about who will be minister. What the hell wrong with you people?
Who want to go fund us?
No. I just saying it as a warning to them. I'm saying it as a warning to the United. I'm saying it as a warning to the United Party people. You are not one election. Stop dividing work. Just stop sitting down and running behind job. We don't see the United Party put any more on spoon. Talking about how much support and how much vote the Lebron people have given them.
So who was it that have
how much support and how much vote the Lebron people have given them?
Okay.
Mr. Honorable Joseph Yima Boakai, Chairman of the United Party, you please stop what you people are doing. It's too soon for that bullshit. You people should be telling them how much. That's supposed to call press conferences every damn fucking day to tell the Lebrampo we got that number of votes from River Says. We got that number of votes from Lofa County. But you sit down, they put playing with the vote. It's like you people have now with George Weah, right?
Maybe it's not a right to
it's like you people, look, it's not your right, but you need to inform the people on how much vote they are giving you.
You are a lawmaker. We did not be
violating. When I got my own, I was celebrating. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm hearing you, sir.
United Party get the opposition get the opposition talent sheet. Don't inform the damn fucking people about how much vote the Lebron are giving you people.
Let me bother it.
No, I'm not going to be moderate. I am not. Because they are all for bullshit. The Lebron people want to entrust you people with their support. Not for you people to say that and be running after job.
So who is the individual I want to take care of Central Bank of Liberia?
My man, like you want to take care of Central Bank of Liberia. I am saying you people should call press conference, United Party people. You call press conference and tell the Liberian people how much vote we get now on our talent sheet. You people playing with the Liberian people. And you people think I have come to power to surrender to you people. You're lie. The foolishness you're on, you need to stop it. You call press conference. People want to rig election in a place and that you people sign with them. If George Weah have given you people money, you let us know. So we can find another alternative. Please, your United, you don't believe that all of you are talking to, are not talking to one person. You inform the Lebron people how much vote we got now. That's what you're supposed to do.
But they had a press conference yesterday.
My man, having press conference and not informing the people on the day-to-day activities. That's what I'm talking about. Inform the people on the day-to-day activities. Every day, election commission said they made all error. They made all mistake. When they hear they are making mistake, when they hear our opposition people can tell what's going on. When they hear they can tell what's going on, then we should set the local name because they call us who. We see them passing on with listing right on my dividing job. You don't get president, they say you want to divide job. Where you coming?
Who are those dividing the job?
They know themselves. After the election, we are going to make sure.
Can you make reference?
We are going to make sure that George Weah is defeated. Right after the election, when he has announced the opposition winner, then I will start talking. But the thing I got to say, I don't want to start saying it now. Until after the election, I don't want supporters to get disappointed. And I can never disrespect and betray the Liberian people. I will not do that. We are calling on Honorable Boakai. Please tell your people to start running beyond listing. The listing we want is the talent sheet. Let them tell how much vote we got from Babu Lukante. That's what we want every damn day. Now they are restoring themselves and on Punch FM. What wrong with other media institutions that you put been on before? Oh, you're not winning election, you're restraining yourself. Tomorrow morning, you think you will look at spoon. You need to stop it. It's too soon for that bullshit people on. I'm talking to all of them. Politics don't see old age. Politics don't see uncle. Politics don't see religion. Politics don't see relationship. They must stop it. We are here for the Liberian people. The Liberian people believe in us. That was some of our re-elected to talk for the Liberian people.
But Neg having announced you as a winner.
My man, and I announced myself a winner. I got all my talent.
Why according to the Constitution, that should be the one announcing you.
I said I announced myself. I won the election.
So why if they tell right
and this is why
I
come in, hey, my man. We're not talking about bleaching business, my man. You want
to be serious?
Look, Mr. CDC General Wismore.
Excuse me.
That's what I'm saying.
Will you take it back?
Okay, I'll take it back.
Thank you.
That's what I'm saying. As an opposition, we must start announcing how much vote our people have given us. We are not announcing results. Not inform our people. Every day the people are calling me, what's going on? Because I told them before they don't answer their phone. So I'm being embarrassed in the process. And when I'm embarrassed in the process, I will talk the way I can talk.
What kind of information do you want?
The information I want, how much vote we get in Lofa. Then they say everything.
But Neg is done good.
My man, I don't talk next. That one when I got my talent sheet, I started celebrating, I declare myself winner. I got all my talent sheet, I declare myself winner. If the United Party can come up, and the opposition can come out and say, look, this is what we are getting. This is what we are getting. We compare it and we are one. We will start celebrating. We need to celebrate. If we don't do this,
that means you're going to do that without Net giving.
My man, Net will come there and reinforce it.
No, if they were Net, no, if they were Net is spread with the authority to do so, Chief.
Okay, so I can talk now.
Yes.
We are dealing with radicals, criminals that want to impose themselves on the Liberian people again for another city.
Who are those criminals?
Joe, we are government. Joe, we are all people are criminals. They want to impose themselves again. I say criminal, I got evidence, and I say you're not caught. You're not caught. They want to impose
innocent, alleged criminal.
They want to impose themselves on the Liberian people again for another city.
Do you understand you are speaking to the president of the Republic of Liberia?
Oh, I have not spoken to him before. I have said something more than this before.
Okay, let's get back to the issue.
You understand what I'm saying? We are calling on the opposition to start announcing our result and let them tell us that with the information we get, we are in a lead. We want to start celebrating. But if we don't do this, the people want to announce job we are in the first round or go to a second round that will embarrass all of us.
But what if the people, the United Party, don't have any result at all?
Then what again?
To announce to the people.
What again? What result they get at passing around the valley job? That didn't want to let us know what result they get. That the passing around the valley job. What result they get? That the passing around putting people to ministry on paper that they don't want to tell or what report they get that they're making them to put people on ministry.
They want to form that government before.
To hell with all of them. How you will form government you don't know if you are one. They say that's bullshit. To hell with all of them. And I'm moving nobody from there, including all of them. All of them, including all of them. I say including all of them, and I'm moving nobody from there. To hell with all of them.
So they have started sharing the country to us.
They are not even getting the presidency yet, but they got list of people that will be on people that will be
What's your
ministers.
interest in the government? If
Look, I want to hear the minister of the Liberian people. That's what I want to hear.
So this is my observation. Ahead of that official announcement, you are starting getting blame. Look at your jacket.
I mean, I'm old here, man.
There's one in your shoe, not new.
I mean, I love makeup, man. You let me to be real.
What kind of law maker are you going to this time around?
No, let me tell you something. I'll be more radical than ever before. If the opposition team will come to power and be doing bullshit that John will get me to compare with, I will give them nonsense.
Who do you think
Your
foreign the 50-50?
I mean, we discussing politics. Say, uncle. My man.
So I want to ask you a
We
question.
discussing. My man, when we do it one by one, be all right, man. I will say 2 more questions and go. Because I'm not getting my time. Look, when we discussing politics, we don't do. Yeah, we feel the issue. When we do politics, we don't do uncle.
You say he's your uncle.
I'm here for the my man. When I'm talking sometimes forget about uncle business.
Somebody say you're the real general. Is that true?
I will always be the real general. United Party, Joseph Parker, please tell the people to start devaluing job. Let's see about defeating George Weah. We have not defeated George Weah yet. You're supposed to start announcing our results so we can start rejoicing, so we can start celebrating. The official one will come for next. You're sleeping on something that people will take advantage of and announce result. We not sleep on the local and that result will get in the plane and go to Ghana.
In January.
As a representative.
Yes,
You
I will
leave
not be
the-
with them.
You leave the people up to
Yes,
10%.
because that means United Party, the opposition, have betrayed the people trust.
Are you going to leave your district vulnerable?
Mama, what you call this? We're gonna go. What you call this? I can go Ghana, sit down and I go, hey man, forget about Josephine David. That's not motivation this thing.
Do you
Get red card already.
Red card?
Who gave her red card?
Yeah, get red card already.
Who was the person that gave her
I
the
give
red
a
card?
red card. Get a red card already. I ain't the Sunday thousand shit.
Do you foresee a new
No, okay, I'm calling on the journalist.
Do you foresee a new speaker in January?
I'm calling on the journalist to please follow me. I will give them 10,000 on my tally sheet to go and give it to Josephine. At least they will add it to a vote. I mean, we gotta be in sympathy with the woman.
You mean now?
Yeah, now.
So we can follow you?
Yeah, I will give it
Do
to
you
you.
foresee a new speaker in
Look,
January?
what I foresee is Unity Party, stand up there, the chairman, all of you start announcing the vote. And the Lebrenko gave the opposition. We want to celebrate. These people are celebrating quietly. People are celebrating quietly. People got 2 options. Either to give the presidency to George Weah in the first round or to go second round. The second round will be very terrible. And with the information I got, we have won the election in the first round.
From where?
Where you come from? Where? From Grand Crew.
What's the
From
source
Grand
of your information?
My source is 100%.
From where?
From where?
Now we tell the people, the guy on our tally sheet, they didn't announce our result.
Don't you think this statement can cause chaos at the moment?
From the information I got, the opposition have defeated George Weah. So we have become a history. And the United Party people are sitting there, don't want to announce what we got.
Unofficial.
Unofficial, my own official, my own, I've been declared myself winner already.
Final statement.
Final statement is United Party for you announce our result. And you people keep letting quiet. I'm telling my supporters now. I don't want it to be a surprise to you people. If people keep letting quiet until they announce George Weah president, nobody will hear me talking. Nobody will hear me talking. So I'm calling on all of you people, my supporters. I don't want it to be a betrayal to you people. I don't want it to be a betrayal to you people. To call on the poll, or a responsible poll and call themselves opposition. I don't answer their phone. Don't go to them and tell them, let them start announcing our result, not be celebrating. Let us be celebrating. These people silent because they are offered dubious deeds. These people are silent because they are offered dubious deeds. These people, they are crooks. Let me say thank you, Mr. CDC journalist. Let me say, okay, I take it back. I play my part. Let me say thank you. I'm calling on my supporters. I can never betray them. But let them tell the opposition to start announcing our result, our 100% result. That have taken George Weah from power. George Weah now is a history. George Weah now is a former president. And we need to start his prosecution. We need to arrest him in Babson, that I always say, for stealing and the trust of the Liberian people and looting.
Has there been any prosecution? Has there been any court process before you won?
What you call court?
But because the law said one is presumed innocent, they're proven.
My man, we can have the mere person of interest and lock him up.
Just that?
Yeah, person of interest will lock him up.
Is that the kind of
Yeah,
government
my man, don't let the talk about government. The man embarrass the Liberian people right now, no food to eat.
Finance
They
statement
having
again.
final statement is, let me say thank you, and we are open again, we are back.
I'm sorry. Yeah, so that was Honorable Yeke Kolba, Representative Yeke Kolba of District number 10. We want to say thank you to all of you for joining us. And Steve Bully is here. Steve is in the back. We're going to have this conversation here today. My people, let me be honest with you guys. I'm not sure what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm not sure what's going to happen later on today. But from where I sit right now, I am in a very, very difficult position. And I'm being very honest with you. Liberia is at a crossroad. I still believe that the electoral process was fraudulent. I still don't believe in the outcome. I still believe that CPP was cheated. But I also believe that there are a lot of people that look up to us for direction. There are a lot of people that believe in us, that respect us, that will follow us. I know that. So, in short, we have been receiving calls from supporters, from fans, from political parties, from individuals asking us for direction. Some are asking us to do a certain thing for them. But majority of the people that call us, they are asking us, so Seku oneness. And we told them, stay premature. It was too early for us to make any decision or say anything to anybody. But there will be time we will have to make a decision. Whether that decision will be to stay out of the whole thing, allow it to play out, we'll do that. If it's going to be, well, the people say, let's go and support Joseph Boakai, then that will be it. If they say, you know what, let's support George Weah, that will be it. But either way, we have to make a decision. We have 3 decisions to make. We've got to choose what to do next. And personally, I want to factor in your input, the people that believe in us. I know some of you have been calling behind the scene, but want us to have a conversation. I still believe this process was fraudulent. I still believe the process was done based on cheating. We alarmed this. We talk about this for months and months and months. Not a lot was done, to prevent it. Now that we are where we are, and we are not seeing any objection yet as to the reaction from the opposition. Are they going to accept the result as is, as it has been announced? We don't know. Are they going to reject it? We don't know. the people who are making big mouth on Facebook, don't follow them. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. These people who are voting other people on the percentage on this and that, don't listen to those people. Some of the people, they are not important. They are insignificant. Nobody even knows them. Nobody cares about them. I'm talking about real people. Those supporters, you can listen to them. You can listen to their behavior. You have to make a decision at the end of the day in your best interest and in the interest of the Liberian people. But anyway, since Sarah's joining us from Liberia and Steve just joining us from work, we have to make the conversation interactive. Gentlemen, how y'all doing? Sarah, I don't know your LEC umpa, today umpa, how you turn your face to the light? You gotta be facing the light or take the high up, whatever you're gonna do. Okay. Yeah. Okay. At least we can see your face. But Steve, what's going on, my brother?
Well, not much. Thank you, Mr. Kane. As always, I want to reference the Liberian people as the most important people on earth. Most importantly, I want to reference the Liberian women. I've heard what you said. I know SKT will make a final decision, but also individually. And this is why and where I love SKTV. When it comes to political activities or decision making from a personal standpoint, even collectively we can disagree behind closed doors, but we still reserve the right to take our individual position. Let me say it to everybody. I want to be clear on the record. You see, I am not the guy that supports Diani Ross. That's why when I told you guys that I did not support Alexander Cummings during the election, I did not support Tiawan Gonglo, I did not support Clarence Moluba. I said I presented them to the Liberian people as the alternative and the best option that they had to choose. Many of you did not believe it. But let me be on record again. Even if Jesus comes from heaven because I'm a Christian and appears to me in my sleep or in the office when I say support Boakai or support Jowia, you got to support one of them. I will say that person who appears is a fool because I don't contradict myself. I don't do that Liberian people thing. There is no way me, Steve, Billy Bob Bole will come in public and tell you that those two people are not good. Then I come back, the situation did not change. Nothing changed about them. And I say, oh, you know what? And for the sake of the nation, for the sake of politics, and let's just go support. No, I'm not part of that. If you choose to go support, you'll go. I don't have a problem with it. I will not, never, ever.
Don't say that. No, don't say that. No. Don't say never. Don't say never. Never belongs to government.
I will never support President Joe Weah or Joseph Boakai politically, especially in Liberia this time, because both of them are bad for the country. It's not personal.
Don't never say never, bro.
They are bad for the country.
Man, whether we are Boakai, this is politics. It's not personal. I'm telling you, man. Regardless of what happened.
No. I want to be clear. I don't want to say no conflict.
We have three options. Listen, we have three options.
I don't want to be conflict.
To say I will not support any of them. We have options to support either one of them. But to say never, that never belongs to God.
Mr. Kane, never, ever I will sit out where I support or Boakai or Jowia. Because you see, people can say this is politics and politics is interest. The question I like to ask people is this. Politics is not personal, that's true. But when you decide to support a person, you must come with conviction, you must come with your values, your principles, and your morals. You don't lead them behind the horse and they can support. You don't do that. That's the first thing. The second thing is, let's say, God forbid, in my sleep, I went and supported one of the people. I've told the Liberian people that they are bad. When they start to exhibit the same thing that I said they were going to do, what do I come and say? Oh, because the majority was supporting them? So I don't confuse and contradict myself.
No, that's not how politics works.
Yeah, okay, well,
let's say, for example, you decide. No, listen, I don't want to make it interactive now. So let's say, for example, you decide, say, you're going to support Sekou. Let's say maybe Jowia. let me, because they are in the race. Let's say you decide to support Joe Weah. On what basis you're going to support Joe Weah for?
Exactly.
I'm telling you now. What promise? What promise? What will be the guarantee that, okay? Because the reason why you're not supporting any of them, because you believe that they are not doing anything in the interest of the Liberian people. You believe that whatever they are doing, their policy is not good for Liberia. But what would be in that agreement? Let's say, I'm just using you as an example. What will make you to change? To say, you know what, okay, I want to see this. I want to see this because I'm fighting for the Liberian people. I want to see S, Y, and Z. And maybe you could be the reason somebody can change. Same thing with Joseph Boakai. Joseph Boakai, I believe Joseph Boakai, he's not well. I believe it will be Prince Johnson or Jeremiah Kuhn that will be running the country if Joseph Boakai wins. But they are Liberians, regardless. But if I would support Joseph Boakai, I have to have something in it, telling exactly, okay, everything is not about money, but these are things I want to see done in Liberia. Like, say, for example, there are a lot of Liberians who are supporting Mr. Comey. They are supporting Comey because they want to know Comey, or they want Comey to do anything for them. But there are something that they want to see in Liberia. There are things they want to see in Liberia. And if your objective is to make sure those things happen in Liberia, those should be your qualm. But to say never, then that becomes more personal than political.
Well,
it's never personal.
Thank you so much. And I like the fact that I give other people a call. But let me reiterate. Boakai, Joe Weah, you gave them 100 years. There was nothing that will change. I say it because the record have not proven for 18 years that they mean to. The fact that they can even alter an election to benefit them are supposed to be crazy to say I'm going to support them. On what note? People that can even keep out on agreement, a legal agreement that is signed or binding agreement, I told go support them to say what thing. Mr. Kane, let me say this again. Maybe they never were. People will find it strange. But let me say this. No, let me be clear on it. Let me just be clear. Because I don't want to say any conflicting message. I see Baby Bob Bole will never support Joe Weah or Joseph Boakai politically. I stand by it today. I will stand by it tomorrow. The same way I stood by it. Nothing has changed. So my decision to not support them will not change. Okay. Nobody put in front of my hand here.
I mean, you're right. You have the right to say whatever you want to say, my brother. Yeah, that's why I love SKTV. Cyrus, what's going on in Liberia, brother? I mean, like my people, just so you guys know, Cyrus will be regular on the show here moving forward. Cyrus is our boy, He's very, very committed person to SKTV, and he believes in SKTV, and he has been one of those people working behind the scene in Liberia for SKTV. We are open to accommodating people to do different functions for SKTV. However, your support for SKTV should not be temporary, should not be only limited to election. No election, we're going to be here. We're going to rely on all for a lot of different things. So SKTV is going to grow. We're going to have radio station. We're going to have TV station in Liberia, inshallah. So the support is not, it shouldn't be temporarily. So Sarah, what's going on in Liberia, man?
Yeah, thank you for having me on the show, Mr. Kale. Good evening to our listeners, my chief. Good evening. I just love you. Between the microphone between you and Mr. Kale.
No, that means you will pay fine today for making my throat dry. The man will go buy me cold water after the show for making my throat dry like this.
Yeah, so I'm good. I thank God for life, and I want to say thanks for the opportunity afforded me to grow more. And you've been a big brother behind the scene, and we've come so many years. Steve Bole has been a big brother as well. So yeah, Liberia is good. We hear today the announced results in Liberia. We saw District 8 people celebrating the defeat of former representative of Carol Gray, and other people, the CPP candidate, a few CPP candidates that won, Anthony Williams, for example, from Maryland County. And yeah, Liberia is good. I think the Liberian people have accepted that yes, they are going the runoff. And a lot of people can't wait to, vote in the runoff. And yes, So that's where we are for now on when it comes to the political season in Liberia, when it comes to the political class. A lot of people want to go into runoffs, a lot of people want to go and vote. We don't know from both sides. So yes, it is. Liberia is good. And thank you for having me on SKTV.
Thank you so much. And there are a few people here that will be paying fun to me. Number one, one of my nephews called Flavor Donzo, the one that I say we are insignificant. But begin, you get ready to send the fun after the show because you that your butt beating coming. I will beat your butt, for coming here to encourage your uncle. Some of these things I sort of go, I don't take them personal because you know what? Politics, some people take it for fun. Some of these children think this thing is a sport. Some of the things that are Real Madrid and Barcelona business, so they can say anything, do anything, and just go and give Finney a Finney. Who will win, who will lose. But they don't know the importance of these things. Okay, let's say for example, he is a UP supporter, right? He said we are insignificant. But the people that they're looking up to for decision, for leadership, are the ones reaching out. In as much as they believe we are insignificant, but I think he's speaking to us when he says you guys are insignificant. I think he's speaking to the CPP, but SKTV is not CPP. And I believe CPP is very, very, very important when it comes to Liberian politics. There's no major political party in Liberia that's better than CPP. It's not there. They all believe that CPP is better than all of them when it comes to the leadership. All of them believe that Mr. Cummings is better than all of them when it comes to moving the country forward. But their qualm and their reservation has been, let Cummings wait for 2029. Let him wait for a time, blah, blah, blah. But they all know, they are aware that Cummings is way better than George Weah, way better than Joseph Boakai when it comes to leadership, when it comes to managing the country. And what Liberia needs right now is economic, development. And Cummings has the answer for that. But yet, the way things going, I believe, without any reservation or rejection from the Liberian people, maybe the Liberian people will decide to go with either one of those two that are supposedly in the second round, supposedly, I said. So, yes, I personally, I have not taken side. I may or I may not. That's why I say we have three options. The first option is to just wait and watch the whole process go on. That's one option for me. Number two option, to either say, you know what, I suppose Joseph Boakai, because X, Y, and Z, Joseph Boakai will be better than Joe Weah. Okay, you know what? Let's support Joe Weah. I believe Joe Weah is better than Joseph Boakai. Those are the two options. But the first option for me is not to support any of them. I will just sit back and watch the whole thing play out. And also, some of the things that are going to be factored in my decision what to do. That's why I ask for God's guardians. That's why I ask for Allah's guardian to guide me to do what is right. Not only for me, not only for my family, for my friends, for our supporters, for our fans, and for the Liberian people. God should guide me, whatever that is. That's why I'm not going to say never, because the reason is very simple. I just want God to guide me. So whatever that will be, I will follow it. Either to sit back, not support any of them. If that's what God wants for me to do, that's what I will do. If God wants me to support Joe Weah, I will. If God wants me to support Joseph Boakai, I will. This is politics. And personally, I have no personal problem against any of them. And whatever we're supposed to say, in terms of educating the Liberian people about all of them, the ineptitude of George Weah, Joseph Boakai being a tribalist and a bad leader, we say everything. And if it becomes a binary choice between George Weah and Boakai, there will be few things that will guide my decision. Our supporters, leaders, the country. I've just told you people have been calling. Because it's not about me, it's about the people who are watching and see. Whatever the people want, whatever God wants us to do, that's what we'll do. So regardless, and I believe, Steve, and I believe, let me tell you this. At the end of the day, I know when we decide to say, hey, this is where we want to go. Whether it's sitting back, doing nothing, not supporting any of them, or supporting either one of them. I know very well that there are people that listen to us, that there are people that look up to us for guidance. They know that we will never trail their interest for anything. They know that we will not betray them. They know that we are in this thing for Liberia. That's why when it comes to Liberia, we don't care about anybody. We speak truth to power, even people we support. So, Cyrus, I want to ask one question. I want to ask you one question. You are in Liberia. Given what you are seeing right now, what is the mood of the Liberian people? Do you think Liberian people are angry about this election? Their will is not being reflected in the result. They are willing to do otherwise, or you think Liberian people are okay with whatever is going on right now, and people are getting prepared for the second round? What do you think?
Mr. Kane, from my own observation, the thing is, I think the anger is selective. The Liberian people are angry, especially they always say the majority are not always right. The majority of the people are angry, especially from the United Party standpoint, that they did not win in the first round-up according to their high expectation as they expected. A lot of them feel that they are cheated, and this is where I come in when it comes to. I told you that the game that they played, I want time data post. I said the game that they are all playing will come right back at them. This whole Apeton instead. They thought it actually came for the CPP. So the anger is selective on the majority endpoint. And when it comes to the United Party, yes, they are very disappointed. They feel cheated that the CDC cheat them and they're supposed to win one round. And again, they can't wait for second round. According to them, they're going to vote in anger to remove Georgia. We don't know how that would be. And when it comes to the CPP, there are a lot of our folks who are angry. But the CPP is an institution of peace, but for some reason, I don't know why our supporters, I don't know, but a lot of our supporters are angry. And I think our supporters of the CPP should take the street, like in a very peaceful manner. If you would ask me, that's what I would think. And channel their grievances, their disenchantment through this particular electoral process that wearing transparent. They can channel their plight and make the international community to know that the election wasn't held the right way. The election was fraudulent, and the CPP, both the two parties have collapsed to take the votes of the CPP because the both parties don't want to meet Mr. Cummings in a runoff because it's seen as a target. And besides, I think the two parties too doesn't want a good system because they're seeing it as the good system, and the bad system keep fighting the good system, not the coming. So that is what I see. That's my observation for now on the ground. So the anger, yes, is selective. The United Party feels disenchanted that they're being cheated, that CDC cheat them, the election not fair on their part, but they don't see it from the standpoint of the CPP as well. And it just few folks who can be honest, of recent. There are few of United Party folks who reach out to me and tell, oh, my picking are true. They put cheated. I say, boy, you're happy. They think in your favor that they cheated also, you can go to the runoff. And, so yes, that's it, Mr. Kane. But they can't wait. There are a lot of Liberian people. They are so angry to go into the runoff.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So before I go to Steve, let me ask you one more question, Cyrus. So the people that you talk to, right? Let's say you were one of those big supporter of Cummings, and you did very, very well. You and your friends and other colleagues, you guys did well. So other people that you're speaking to in Liberia, especially supporters of Cummings, What are they telling you? I don't want.
I come in, Mr. Kane, 1 minute. 1 minute, I come in, just 1 minute, the Bluetooth, keep giving me hard time, me get an earpiece.
Okay.
Use it.
Do that when you come back. I'll ask you the question. So let me go back to Steve, Mr. Never, Mr. Never. I'll call you Mr. Never today. But Steve, on a serious note, my brother. Liberia. What is the way forward for Liberia? In your mind, given what we know right now, given the result we are getting, what is the way forward for Liberia?
Well, you see, some lessons in life can be learned through allowing people to enjoy or live up with the consequences of their decisions. And it must be that way. That's how we learn in life. That's how we are as human beings. Especially when you warn people not to do a certain thing and they decide that they will still do that thing. For this case, in the case of the Liberian people, they were warned not to do certain things. Now, people who argue, and I would argue, that the election is fraudulent, even up until today. I still stand by that.
Me too.
As evidenced by everything we've seen so far. Yet, some people choose to be picky because it benefits them somehow or so forth. And the way they did it in a strategic way that they will kind of create balance, especially at the legislative level. If certain people had lost their legislative seat, they would be making noise today and they're showing that the election is fraudulent. They would. But because they didn't, so they see it as a way to compensate so that the noise can reduce or there cannot be so much pressure to expose this fraudulent activity. But that's on them. But in the bigger scheme of things, Mr. Cannon, you said something like that was very important. I thought about it even when we left the phone, when we left the show and we got on the phone briefly, you and I, before I went to bed. I thought about the fact that whether it's the CPP that refused to come out, whether it's the Tiawan Gongo that refused to come out, whether it's the Clarence Maluba that refused to come out, when they felt cheated and the Liberian people at large, that is a sign that the Liberian people, because in politics or democracy is the popular will of the people. That is a sign that the popular will of the people is they agree with the result, regardless of the complaint. Since they agree with the result, I have also said to them that we must agree that they will live with the consequences. You see, this thing of trying to rescue people, this thing of trying to come to people's aid is not always good. Let people learn from the consequences of their choice. I'm saying to the openly, I want to agree with the Liberian people that they have to pick between Joseph Boakai and George Weah. I'm also saying that my wish should be respected. That there will be no way, if I find myself in my sleep supporting one of these people, I will wake up and see having bad dreams. But they will live with the consequences of their decision. And let's allow them to do it. Let's start spoon feeding these people. I think that's the way forward. Let's allow the people to enjoy their choice and decision. Let's allow them. Look, to the point that when it gets cheated, when it gets weird, what we can say in Labrador, when it gets weird shit for truth, sorry for my language, they will decide what they want to do. If they want to come out or they don't want to come out. They will not die after 6 years. They will not die.
So let me ask you now. They will not die after 6 years.
No, they will not.
I understand that. So what do we do to prevent what happened now after 6 years?
And that's a brilliant question. Whoever wants to be president after 6 years, the system will still be around because they're a remnant of the system. Let me urge the CPP and Alexander Cummings something. If Alexander Cummings decides to run in 2029, I don't know their decision. The work must start now, such as such as the statement that was written, where those that play key role will be held accountable. Because some of them will still be around. It might not be Joe or Joseph Boakai, but the remnants will still be around. They must be held accountable. You see, they must start to diffuse it now. They might not wait 3 years to election, 1 year to election. Because these guys, like Sarah said last night, these guys are playing long ball. They are even preparing for 2029. What they will be doing when they are seated is to start implementing a strategy for 2029. You think making Akara great to lose a district? You think that's something that I've seen people jumping around and happy? This is a strategy to get you distracted.
Okay, one more question because this is very important. Because the reason why I'm telling this, when I wrote on my page, when I said difficult decision or difficult time, critical time, we have to factor in a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know, political decision, I'm a thing. It's not personal decision. It's not about being in a church or being in a mosque.
Sure.
Political decisions are based on the interest of the people, or your interest, on the interest of your political party and the future of your party. And how you can get to the political position, to power, to change the bad things within the system. We cannot change the system from outside. And to do that, some of those things are contingent upon your decision you make. So, for example, should the CPP do what they did the last time? To say, you know what? I don't care. I don't trust Weah. I don't trust Boakai. I don't trust CDC. I don't trust. So I'm not going to support any of them. Let the party go and decide and do whatever they want to do. That means you hold no loyalty, no commitment to either one of them. Your party, they will go and do whatever they want to do either way. But then another way, they decide, you know what? We will choose a lesser evil as a party. People will still decide either way. But as a party, whoever that come to us to support and how we will support them, that will create a bond. They will owe us something. Listen to what I'm trying to say here. For example, Boakai, we come and decide, so you know what? I'm going to support Boakai. Win or lose, Boakai may not be in the picture during the next election cycle. Boakai people or CDC, United Party people, we have no way of saying we needed you, we didn't get you. When commission is running or anybody coming supporting, they will support that person, or they will say, at least they have reason to support that person. Similarly, if commission and people went ahead and say, you know what, let's support George Weah. They're all bad, but George Weah is better than Joseph Boakai. George Weah and his people. This is the last term of George Weah. They also all commies and his people. It doesn't matter how people will vote, but they will owe him for coming for the future. They say, you know what, we needed him, and he came to support us. So you can have it either way. For politicians, for your party, you go and support Boakai and rely on them for tomorrow too. They too can support you. Go and support George Weah, and the people who you can rely on them tomorrow to support you. If you do nothing and sit back supinely, the bad blood that was created between the Unity Party and the ANC in 2017 and the Liberty Party in 2017, that continue to destroy the CPP today is because of sitting by doing nothing. I believe we as individuals, we will do our individual, make our individual decision to do whatever we want to do. But for political parties, I think they should make critical decisions based on commitment, based on what is in it for their party. I'm not talking about appointment, so let me just make that clear. Now, I'm not talking about only appointment. What is in it for their party and also for the future? Because we're going to still need these people. They are labyrinth too, and they're not going to be in power perpetually. Whether a United Party, whether a CDC, you're not going to need them perpetually, but sometimes you got to make some critical decision for tomorrow. I believe if they agree with the result as is right now, they should think through this very, very carefully, what to do.
Okay. Well, let me say this first of all, and I'll probably be leaving the show with you and Sarah because I have a meeting at 1 o'clock. Let me say this to you, Mr. Connor, and let me say this to the Liberian people. Both the Unity Party and the CDC do not keep their commitments in their words. They are on record for that. They are crooks. Their leaders are crooks, deceptive, and liars. I'm saying it again. You have to be careful about the rope you tie around your neck. While CDC might want to make deals, while Unity Party might want to make deals, you think the other people running with, they not get future? They not get political future? The best way in this thing is this. Stand with the Liberian people, expose whatever happens. Let me tell you something, Mr. Kane. Sometimes it's not all about winning. Sometimes it's all about doing what is right. And this should be the mindset. The mistake that Mr. Cummings made, he must never make that mistake again. And line with people. Let people come in line with you. That thing where he went, guy saying CPP, now they play the problem started. If Mr. Cummings won't be the face of change, if Mr. Cummings wants change something in Liberia for two, if you want to attract the grassroots people, they need to start working now. They need to stand by themselves. Those who want to come for change will come. The system will always be there. Mr. Kane, it's a risky risk. You don't want. You got it are hungry right now. They will do anything or say anything. When they come back to power.
Okay, that was about the UP. What about the CDC?
I'm talking about both of them. I'm not. They're not mutually exclusive. Both. I'm speaking of both of them. Look, both parties are criminals. Both parties are dubious. Both parties are not responsible. They don't respect deals. They don't respect agreements. They will do it for now because it's expedient to them. They will come to the table.
Why are you saying that? Can you speak of any agreement between the CDC or anybody or Unity Party or anybody for which?
Yes, the CDC and the MDR, they had an agreement. They had a split. The CDC and Alex Talon had an agreement. They couldn't keep up with the power of the agreement.
But they still with the hold on. The CDC and Alex Talon, they have what?
The CDC and Alex Talon party had an agreement. They couldn't agree that Alex Talon left them and went supported the Unity Party.
No, Alex Talon party still with the CDC.
No, it's split.
It's individual.
It's split. And now Alex Talon one left.
Alex Talon party Steve.
Supporters of Alex Talon left. The same thing they have with it.
But the thing is, one thing for an institution and for a political party, for individual.
Well, okay. As we speak right now,
Alex Talon party is still within the coalition.
As we speak right now, even the
NPP.
Even the NPP is split. If they were not in power,
but as an institution, they stay with the CDC.
No. The legal institution, the Secretary General, Joey Howard Taylor term was over. No. They fixed it.
They fixed it among themselves. So what I'm telling you,
how Jim Barney supporting the other people?
Jim Barney is an individual. You got the right to leave to go anywhere you want to go. Yes.
But now,
Jim Barney, what thing? Not individual. Jim Barney is not an institution. Yeah, but it's not an institution. My point is, whatever individual will decide to do, they have the right to do that. But as an institution is different from individual. Regardless of what happened with the CDC, I thought that the Unity Party, that the CDC, okay. All right, man, thank you. So the thing is, individuals reserve the right to do whatever they want to do. Institution, I know CDC and LPDP and the how you call the other ones? The
MPP.
The MPP, they had an agreement. But yet, whatever happened, the relationship was kind of sour for a while. But eventually they came back together. That's why Joe Howard Taylor still ran on this ticket. The vast majority of the institution, they are with Joe Howard Taylor. The structural aspect of the institution, NPP, they are with Joe Howard Taylor, and Joe Howard Taylor is with the CPP. I mean, with the GDC. So they had a meeting. We saw it. It was live. So what we are trying to say here, individual decision is different from political decision as an institution. Institution, some people they talk the way they talk because of their understanding of politics and their level of understanding when it comes to politics. Most of the people that they can be angry, they're saying all kind of angry stuff. They're saying it because they are angry, and also their level of understanding when it comes to politics. Politics is not about personality. Politics is not about your personal problem with individuals. Politics is based on your interests. And the interests of an institution, they are written. Number one, the policy of an institution is to how they want to see the country. What kind of country they want to see? There are ways they want to change the country. How are you going to change it? There are methods. There are plans. There are ideas that they put together that this is our platform. Anybody, any other political, let me tell you something. If you go to an election, if you have the vote, if the people really buy in your policy, they will vote for you. If they don't vote for you, and you think that is still the best policy for your country, whatsoever way that policy can be implemented, that's what you go through, because it's not about you. And whatever you can do to make people to understand that policy that you were selling to them, that's what you will do. If they buy into whatever you're selling to them, they will support you. They will vote for you. But if you cannot be elected, and you want to make any negotiation with anybody, you are not making negotiation for position, for ministerial position, for senate position. You want to change, you want to see something change in the life of the people. It's not about you. There must be a commitment from those people who are reaching out to you as to what they will do. If you can't get into a term, if you can't get along in agreeing to protect the interests of your people, you don't have to make any agreement with them. Because you are not in it for yourself, you're in it for your people. Whatever that will help Liberia, that's what you want. Whatever policy that will put Liberia first, that's what you want. Whatever policy that will make the rule of law to be respected, that's what you want. The only reason why you be on committee is because you believe that committee is the one that can deliver those things, those policies. But if committees went ahead or went to an agreement with some people and they talk with each other politically and decide to implement those policies, and committees trust them, committees trust whatever agreement they will go through. If you are a committee supporter, if you trust committees, you believe in his judgment, you will listen to him, you will follow him. That's how politics works. Your individual decision, who to vote for, that's on you. But if you believe in somebody, you believe in the decision making, you trust your judgment. You know they will not go and sell you. You know they will not go and compromise. Community got nothing to take from anybody, for anything, for money, for position. If community want to be vice president, we will not be talking. We're talking right now. If community wanted money, we will not be here. If community wanted anything, different position, we will not be talking what we're talking right now. So any decision community will take, whether he decides to say, you know what, we are going to sit by and watch them play it among themselves. That's one thing. The community decide and say, hey, we have some agreement with some people. These are the things we are doing right now. This is what it is, this is what it is, this is what it is. And it will also be in your interest as Liberian people or as a party, as supporters. If you trust me, if you believe me, follow me, let's do this together with these people. Every mature person politically, they will listen to that. But if coming say, hey, I don't trust any of these people, I don't believe them, they are not willing to commit, to doing the right thing for the Liberian people. They are not willing to incorporate some of our plan we have for Liberia. The committee say, support this person, support these people. And if they win, whatever plan that I have to do for Liberia, I will still help them do it. What's your problem? What's your qualm? You want to see Uno come president? That's not the point. So if you trust your leader, you trust somebody to be your leader, you should trust your judgment. I'm not saying support Joseph Boakai or support George Weah. I'm just telling you the way politics work. And I know if we have to make a decision, Cyrus, we'll be very, very careful. We will ask God for guardian. And whatever we decide to do, we hope it will be in the best interest of Liberia. And I know 100% those who believe in me, who trust me, will follow my lead. Either we say, you know what, we're not going there, we'll just sit there and let them do whatever they want to do. I know they will listen to me. And we say, you know what, let's go with X, Y, or Z, based on these reasons, based on this commitment, based on what is in it for Liberia and for the Liberian people. I know they will listen. There will be people who will be angry. They will be angry. They will not listen to anything because they stay angry. So at the end of the day, regardless of who you supported in this election or you still supporting in this election, when you're angry, it's not the best time to make a decision. Chill out. If you're really angry, if you think you've been cheated, you got to go out, protest peacefully, send a message to the international community, to the United States, to the European Union, let them know exactly you're not happy. But if you agree with the result, as it seems to be right now, then you have to make a choice. And you have to listen to your leaders. You have to listen to people that you believe in. Don't just follow your emotion. Believe me, sometimes when you are angry, it's not the best time to make decisions. Cyrus, let me ask you this. You travel the country doing a campaign. A lot of things happen. In as much as we can sit here and say Joseph Boakai is bad, in as much as we believe George Weah is inept and incompetent, we know very well that the CPP themselves, they dropped the ball in so many occasions. A lot of mistakes were made. This is not in any way trying to justify CDC cheating. We know they cheated. But the cheating will have been limited. The cheating will have been somehow fought. The cheating will have been somehow exposed when the CPP had done their due diligence as they're supposed to. There were a lot of missing pieces. There are a lot of things we can say now. We must say a little. There are a lot we know that we can't talk about. Joseph Boakai is a troublist. Joseph Boakai is a divisionist. Joseph Boakai has a lot of bad things. But Joseph Boakai got people who are committed to Joseph Boakai. With all the but. Joseph Boakai people who are committed to Joseph Boakai, who are committed to what they want for themselves, using Joseph Boakai, if you will. And they are doing it so effectively. Joseph Boakai got people who are committed to their party no matter what, and they will do anything and everything, even lie, for Joseph Boakai and their party. Some of those things were missing in the CPP. Commitment, sacrifice. A lot supposed to happen that did not happen. For the most part, a lot of people were banking on the support of the ordinary people. Say people will do this. We don't have to do X, Y, and Z. The Liberian people come out and do this. and a lot happened. A lot of people messed up. A lot of people make mistake. A lot of people were around Mr. Comey. They're not supposed to be around him. A lot of people that sat on the table to make decisions. They don't belong to the table. Those are facts. So when you're making a decision, you have to factor in everything. After all, Liberia is our country. For me, I've said this over and again. I love my people. I love the Liberian people. And I will do everything and anything for Liberia. And my commitment, for the most part, is for Liberia. I respect friendship. And when I have somebody, when I'm supporting somebody, I will support you to the end. I will do everything, anything I can do. But I will not be deterred to tell you the truth. Nothing can stop me from telling you the truth. You know, Liberia is our own country. I will not allow to just for me to sit on the side and allow CDCN to do whatever they want to do in Liberia. I don't care how you feel about me. I will not sit on the side and allow Joseph Boakai and people there to do whatever they want to do in Liberia because I'm angry. No way. It's our country. Because if we sit back and just allow people to do whatever they want to do, it will continue. We're going to sit down again for the next 6 years. The same nonsense will continue. We got to see result. 2017 it happened. People cheated. They got the result they wanted. And we saw the mess we saw ourselves in. This time it happened again. People cheating. And they know they are cheating. But if you sit back and do nothing, politics is not one-way street. Take yourself out of it. Put the people first in the country. You will see what I'm talking about. Cyrus, what I was trying to say is that when you follow a lot of things. And no, after the whole election thing, we will talk about a lot of things publicly. We have talked about a lot of stuff behind the scene. Not just you, but with a lot of other people. But in the end, what did you learn when it comes to the politics?
In the end, Mr. Kane, I learned a lot. There was a lot of experience. You know, one of the things that I would say to a lot of young people here, because I'm always speaking on behalf of the young people as a young progressive Liberian. The young people need to make their way to the table, to sit at a table and put forth arguments and solutions, because they are the most victim in any kind of situations, in any kind of processes, especially when it comes to decision making of our country. I learned hard work, but I also see a lot of deceit. There are a lot of deception, Mr. Kane, in our body politics. And I learned that not many Liberians want to see the bar system changing. I saw that within the CPP, even people who were around Mr. Cummings. I saw that. I learned that our country still needs education. It's one of the major priorities, because this is the thing, Mr. Kane. You go to Liberian people, you give them the argument. As one of the messenger of the CPP message and policy at the time during the campaign, you know, you gave out the messages to the people and they will accept the message, digest the message, and tell you that we are not ready for this man. Mr. Kane, I think it requires education. Because a lack of quality education, the people do not see the good in what you tell them. A lot of our people, an educated man, education is meant to refine you and grow you. And not a lot of Liberians are refined. So, you know, there's so much, the experience is good. The bad were there, the ugly were there, the good were there.
Okay.
As a young man.
Yeah. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. We will talk more as we go through, you know, this post-election analysis. Cyrus, Brazilian monk.
What's up, Sekou? What's up to the other Cyrus?
My man.
So the guy and myself in studio, we share a lot of things in common. We got the same name, we're from the same ethnic group and everything. So I don't know. Yeah, that comment, we got many slam man.
That's good to know. Yeah, my man. So I mean, what's going on, man?
Sekou, I like to sound like a broken record because I'm of this school of thought that when you say things repeatedly, people get it and just saying things once or twice. That's how the human being brain operates. You know, you got to say things to people repeatedly. You know, when you go into an election, when you want to negotiate, you negotiate from a position of strength. That's just where it is. That's the most logical thing to do.
Yeah.
You have two schools of thought in this election. You could choose to believe, based on the result we are seeing, that the election was rigged. If you don't believe that this election was rigged, then you are literally saying it was free, fair, and transparent. That the first two premises you must establish in this election. Now, if you believe that this election was rigged, it only means it was rigged to benefit of George Weah. Because George Weah cannot rig an election against himself. It's just common sense. If anybody believes that George Weah can rig an election only for somebody else to win, then it means I could sell you a boatload of sand in the middle of the Sahara Desert. That's just what it's telling you. Now, the most logical thing to do, on the other hand, if you believe that this election was free, fair, and transparent, then you can go and vote into round number 2. Because if you go to premise number 1 and say that the election was rigged, it means even if you participate in round number 2, and let's just assume we are comparing the lesser of two evils. Let's say I know that George Weah is reckless and he's bad, but I'm going to take Joseph Boaga. Voting for Joseph Boaga and at the same time believing that the election was rigged, then it means I'm voting for George Weah in return. Because if the election was rigged in round number 1, and it was only rigged to benefit George Weah, no matter what you do in round number 2, it won't make sense. You getting the logic, Sekou?
I'm getting it, and I'm in agreement with you.
Yeah. So yesterday you guys were calling for a protest. This would be the best option to protest. If you voted for a Tewan Gonglo and you voted for a Cummins or Clarence Moniba, and you believe in your heart of heart that this election was rigged, then why is the essence of participating in round number 2? Because your vote never counted in round number 1 anyways. And if it was rigged, it can only be rigged in favor of George Weah. So if you pick anybody outside of George Weah, technically you are still voting for George Weah.
So yeah. So Sarah, you know, I don't know whether you remember.
Yes.
I said this thing the other day that the very first day of the election.
Yes.
An announcement. I said the result going to be given drip at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Whether it is decided in the first round or second round,
yes,
it will yield the same result. Remember I said that?
Yes.
Okay. I still believe that. Either way it goes, I still believe that the process is not fair, it's not free, it's not transparent.
Yes.
But that notion for me will change if the Liberian people unanimously agree with the result of the election by their inaction. If Liberian people they do nothing, whether from a political standpoint,
yes,
whether from individual standpoint, it is if they sat by and do nothing, everybody sit by and just allow the process to go through. It means that is
the election is fair. That's what it means.
The election is free and fair.
Yes.
So as Liberians, If we believe that the process was free and fair, it would
Then
be
go to round 2.
it would be unfair to Liberia for all to say about Sopanle and not participate in the second round. You see the point? Because you believe the process is okay, it was free, fair, and that's
But
how
that's one. Seku, we are both saying the same thing in a different way.
Yeah.
If you believe this election as fair, then go and vote in round number 2. But anyone who believes that this election was rigged, there is no logic to participate in round number 2 because your vote didn't matter in round number 1. And if the election is rigged, it can only be rigged to benefit one person, it's George Weah. So whether I support Cummings, whether I support Ottawa Gonglo, whether I support Clarence Monuba, voting in round number 2 means I'm only voting for George Weah because the outcome can only benefit George Weah.
Okay, Brazilian Monk, what do you think about Ottawa Gonglo conceding even when there were only 6% of the election result being governed? What do you think about Ottawa Gonglo conceding? Does that mean he believed the process was free, fair, and transparent, correct?
Oh, I don't think that giving up the ghost that early will mean that if the process is transparent. Maybe he must have seen something
no, he
and
said,
just know that it was rigged.
No, he said, listen, he said, it looks like Liberian people have decided and that they want to choose between
these two,
George Weah and
Joseph Boakai.
That means he believed that the result, whatever that result was, he believed in the result.
Now, if he believed that he saw something that the Liberian people unanimously decided on a Weah and a Joseph Boakai by throwing in the tower that early, then he's simply trying to tell us or other people that supported Kennedy outside those three to just go and vote for who they want. Then there will be no need for his supporters to even waste their time. Because what he's saying is, we gave you guys an option to make better decisions to avoid these two. So if you guys are hell-bent on picking these two, then you can go and decide between either of the two. But for us, we won't take a side between these two because we give you an option. That would be the only thing you can gather from his statement by saying he's throwing in the tower this early. That's just what it means. Like I said, Seku, anybody that voted for Cummings or Ottawa Gonglo or Clarence Monuba that believe that these elections are rigged, and you go to round number 2 to go stand in line, it only means you are voting for George Weah. That's it. There is no if and end about it. It's just simple logic. Because Georgia is not going to rig an election for Boakai to win. Let me tell you, Seku, this thing has been engineered. The only thing these guys choose to go this route because they are watching public sentiment and how the public will react. If people believe that George Weah performed so badly, they believe that it should have been a referendum on Weah, that Weah should have been going in one round. But if George Weah is still competitive in this race, neck to neck, then it simply means that the process is rigged. And when the process is rigged for a guy who's expected to be defeated in round number 1 massively, what do you think is going to happen in round number 2? He's going to win. Like I said, the way this thing is programmed, it can only have one outcome and no other outcome. It can only be a George Weah win at the end of the day. They are just choosing the way how to do it. So the outcome is predictable. They are just looking for the mechanism in which to implement their strategy to get the same outcome. There is no way in this election Joseph Boakai is going to win. Whether I go to 3rd round, 4th round, 5th round, there can only be one outcome, and that outcome is for George Weah win. Because there is no way Weah can rig an election for someone else to beat him. You rig an election against yourself. So anybody from United Party that believe that the election is rigged, but yet then still they believe that Boakai can be in round number 2, then as like I said, it means I could sell you a boatload of sand in the middle of the Sahara Desert, because it means your stupidity is not from anywhere closer here. It means you are just a total nutcase, because there is no way Joseph Boakai is going to beat on George Weah in the process that is already rigged in favor of a George Weah. That's just it.
Yeah. So that has been Saros back in. So Saros, based on what you are hearing on the ground, is everything look peaceful in the country?
Mr. Kane, over the couple of days, the country has actually been silent, especially the central town. People leave the streets very early as 5. You see people start parking 4 o'clock. It has been serious fear in the country over the couple of days, or for the past week of the announcements of the election results. There have been so many speculations. We have different factions in the country, that enter the country illegally from both sides. And like I said, it has been speculations that we got different factions in the country from both sides. So the fear has actually been in the country. The Liberian people are only trying to brainstorm here to say yes, they want to participate in the election. But there's so much fear in Liberia as we speak. There's so much fear. You don't see people going the street like before. The street get very empty during the daytime, the evening hour from 4 going to 5. So, I mean, it is what it is, Mr. Kane. The Liberian people are scared, and there are too many news coming in. So I don't think everything is okay on the ground here. And one of the things, I don't know why is it that I kept asking myself, why is it that Liberians believe that this election was fraudulent? People from both sides believe that, this election was fraudulent, but then they cannot come out to, express their disenchantment through the constitutional means. Like the Constitution said, we can peaceably assemble and, channel our grievances. I don't know why Liberians are not doing that. I don't know. It's because of the news that keep coming in from, like, we have different rebel groups in the country. But yes. So the ground is not.
Yeah, so it doesn't look safe. So my question to the both of you, if the Unity Party believes that the election process was somehow fraudulent because they said they won the election, and that was the make believe that they made everybody to believe that they already won the election based on the tally sheet in their possession. That means Joe, we are managing to get to the second round. That means the election was rigged. And if that tends to be true, why would Unity Party be ready to go for a second round in a process that is rigged? What is the guarantee they will not be rigged again if at all they believe it was rigged? To the both of you, how do you answer that question? Brazilian Monk first.
Because Unity Party are so result-oriented. Like what people call them desperate, they cannot wait. So for them, nothing logical work. When it comes to power elect, the logical aspect of their brain shuts down automatically. Let me tell you something. Unity Party does not have proof. So our claim that they won an election. And CDC forced them to show their hands. Like I told you, it was the coded message Yeke was sending yesterday. Yeke want to know, if you believe that you won, show me proof that you won. And he knows that Unity Party doesn't have that. And that's something to CDC understand. CDC knew Unity Party had resources problem. They cannot police all the polling stations around the country. So when it comes to tally sheet, they will have more proof than Unity Party. The second person that made that whole argument worse was DeLong when he came with a blue plastic bag. He thought he was playing mentor, he was playing mind game only to expose them further. Because tally sheet cannot fit in the size of that bag. So CDC understood that. The only reason CDC chose to make the thing neck and neck, they don't want to make that cheating to look obvious. Because if they were expected to lose big time, it would be almost impossible for people to say they win in the first round. That is the essence of going to a round number 2. Let's pretend like the thing is competitive, but we already know the process is being rigged. And like I said, it was rigged to only benefit one party, and that is CDC. Now, think about the electoral constraint in round number 2 in terms of resources and policing the polling station and the process. CDC is the one supervising this process. They run the show. The most you can do is to craft file when the process is over. But at the end of the day, it will end up in the court and it will end up with an investigation. So now that CDC know Unity Party doesn't have tally sheet to validate the claim, trust me, they will run the table in round number 2 and they could care less how the people vote because they know Unity Party won't be able to authenticate their own result. For the mere fact that they don't even have the tally sheet to make the case in round number 1. Now, why would Aaron make them to go that route? If you are telling me you won, you have tally sheet to prove that you won in round number 1, and you cannot substantiate those claims with your tally sheet, what do you think I'm going to do to you in round number 2? It's just common sense.
So Sarah from Liberia, let me ask you. So do you think it will make sense for opposition in general, including the Unity Party, to say, you know what, we don't believe this process. We believe it was a cheating, and we believe that it will be cheating again in the second round. So what we want, we call for a rerun. We don't agree with the process. You think,
Mr. Kane,
and not only saying it, but to get on the street, to peacefully protest, to tell the world that we believe this process was fraudulent.
Yes.
And they got a lot of proof to show, especially in terms of how, the election commissioner talk about how somebody, a new man came from somewhere and can't take the ballot box and carry it.
mm-hmm.
And then other area people were arrested for trying to change the number. 3 people in Grand Cape, and other area people were caught cheating. So don't you think it will make sense for Unity Party to let go their desperation or the whatever ambition that they have, to let it go, to say, you know what, this process was not done freely, was not done legally. Let's redo the process. Don't you think that would make sense if the Unity Party can actually join the other political parties?
Mr. Kane, it will make a whole lot of sense. It will make plenty of sense if the Unity Party really meant well for Liberia. And if the Unity Party is on the side of the people, the very people that they claiming that they want to come and lead and make the change that the CDC is not making, it will make plenty of sense. But this is the thing. Because of desperation and entitlement, the Unity Party is completely blind to the reality of the day. Like, let me allude to what my brother Sarah said. What my big brother said. Sarah said the CDC, the Unity Party should be imagining that they will win election. And if they do not come out that the election is rigged, they agree with this particular process, but thinking that they'll win it second round, because this is something that has been premeditated. This is a preconceived thing. This is a plan that has already been made. It is sealed. It's a done deal. But on the other hand, it will make a whole lot of sense. The Unity Party now can even gain more, sympathy if the Unity Party come out and say, okay, we need one opposition unity. Through our actions, let's express our disagreement fundamentally, according to the fundamental law of our country. Let's go out. Let there be a rerun. It will make a whole lot of sense. And whoever comes out of that, if the Unity Party truly believed that they believe in the Liberian people and they want to lead the Liberian people, or they want the sympathy of all opposition, that will make sense. They will call for a straight opposition unity. The Liberian people will get out in their numbers. There will be CPP out there, will be Unity Party out there, will be the Theo Gonglo Party out there, that is the LPP, and all the opposition party, Karen Mondiba and all these people. They will come out in their numbers. But this is the thing. The Unity Party will never do such a thing, because the Unity Party feel very entitled, Mr. Kane. The Unity Party already have a preconceived mind. They are going to the runoff and they will win because they believe that they have the majority on their side. But it's true, Mr. Kane, this is the reality. The question you asked will make a lot of sense, but they will never do it because they believe that they can win the CDC. They believe that they are the...
Yeah, I agree. I like you from Saros. Mama, what do you think, Brazilian monk?
Segu,
Yes, sir.
the cartel that runs Liberia, they are not smart when it comes to policy that will make the average Liberian life better. But those are sophisticated criminals. They got so many different kind of intelligence. They got artistic intelligence, they got academic intelligence, they got street intelligence. That's a criminal cartel that runs Liberia. And here is what I'm saying. If anyone support a Clarence Moluba or Cummins or Tewan Gonglo, shouldn't even bother to participate in this election. CDC knew that Unity Party feel entitled and they are desperate. So they always target them, offensive them in a round number 2. And I tell you, they would never want to meet a Cummins anywhere, any day. So in every election, Cummins is always the target by elimination to get rid of him first. Because once Unity Party gets in round number 2, in their mind, they believe they can win an election, which is impossible. I don't know how they came up with that whole theory, because we saw it in 2017. The president requested for a rerun. Why do you think a cabinet general wanted a rerun? Because cabinet knew that the election is fraudulent. And if it's fraudulent, there is no need for going into a round number 2 because you get the same outcome. You getting the point? And here is why If you support the CPP, it will be very idiotic to even go in round number 2. Because here's the thing. If United Party, the election laws were written that it favors the top 2. If United Party is going to ignore all this warning sign and go into a round number 2, then what is the case for Cummings? The people would say, okay, but the number 2 opposition, I mean the number 1 opposition party that is going into second round already accepted the fact that the election is free and fair. So a guy like Cummings can answer the election was rigged. So United Party, in another sense, is undermining the Cummings and the Taiwan Congo effort, because by going into round number 2, it means you acknowledge round number 1. So if Cummings is saying that the election was rigged, no, Cummings, you don't have the moral sense to make that argument, because the people that did far better than you are telling us that the election is free, fair, and transparent. That's why they are going into round number 2. So CDC always gave United Party their bit. Let's create a condition wherein they believe that they can win, when in fact there is no chance of them winning, but they were separate because they believe they are already into round number 2. It was what Joseph Boaga did in 2017. We told the Liberian people, if United Party is unpopular, there is no logical or statistical evidence to prove that Joseph Boaga can get 28% of the vote in the round number 1. But guess what? For them, they believe they were in round number 2 already and could care less about what happened in round number 1. Now, what happened in round number 2? He got flogged in 14 out of 15 countries. This is exactly what you will get a few days from now. So a guy like Cummings, if I were Cummings, I'm not bothering myself. I'm not scratching my resources thin. I'm not wasting resources. If United Party goes to a round number 2, it just invalidates Cummings' argument. Now, why will a Cummings supporter want to go and support United Party when United Party cannot even accept what happened in round number 1? It would just be an illogical thing to do. It's just common sense.
Well, we'll take a few calls because you guys, I'm enjoying the conversation. But so I will open the line. So in fact, moving forward, we're gonna also be taking calls in Liberia. We're gonna go back using the radio station, but the reason is we're not on the radio is very simple. We have fundamental disagreement about the election process, the electoral process. And in Liberia, we have come to realize that people are not free to speak the way they want to speak. People's opinions are being censored in Liberia. In so many occasions, they will say, oh, in anytime we have show, there will always be some complaint, especially from the Unity Party people, from the CDC people, and that will always somehow reflect in our relationship with the people. And the fact that we are ready to speak truth to power, and we don't want our opinions to be censored, we don't want anybody to tell us what to say, what not to say. That's why we are not on the radio right now. We might return to the radio later on when the whole election process have subsided, when the things go down a little bit, when the tension reduce, we'll go on the radio again. But nobody wants us to be on the radio to say the election process was fraudulent. Nobody wants us to say the election process was not free, fair, and transparent. That's Liberia. That's how much I can tell you right now. So yes, we'll be here. Today, this evening, 6 p.m. my time, the same time yesterday or the past few days have been going on. We'll have an interview with Yasini Matikwe, who was in Liberia for the entire election process. We'll have an interview with her. She will give her perspective, what she saw, what happened, what went wrong, what could have been done better, what they did, what they didn't do. Yasini will be here. We want to have a conversation. In a country where you have the election and have 117,000 invalid vote, how those vote were invalid? We don't know.
Yes.
117,000?
Yeah. That's more than 2 counties or 3 counties in the
That's
southeast
almost
combined.
like a 3 counties in the southeast.
Yes. And why
That
you think
means-
it happened like that?
So
For process.
what happened?
Engineering.
Who were those votes for?
Yes.
How the people voted? What would well, it's like, gosh. Hello? Yeah. So there's no way that 117,000 votes can just be, invalid. But Cyrus, like I said, I'm going to be on tonight. Later on tonight.
Anytime. I got some free time this few days, so anytime the show, if
We
you
are-
have one of them contributors to come on the show, I'll be available. Just giving like a
For sure.
text
Anytime
message.
I'll be sending the link. So,
All right.
yeah, but thank you so much, Brazilian.
All right, man. Take care.
All right. So, Cyrus from Liberia, I don't know whether you stay there, but if you're there, we are going to call it a day. This is just a short show because we needed to come on to talk about some things. But the bottom line is, at the end of the day, you either do something or do nothing. If you think the election process was fraudulent, get on the street. Peacefully assemble. Speak your mind. Tell the people you disagree with the outcome. You disagree with the result because that's not how you voted. But if that's the way you voted, you decided to vote between, to put Jawia and Joseph Boakai up there, it's time also to make another choice. Either support Jawia for the second term or support Joseph Boakai to bring them back to power. If that's what you this how you voted. But for me, we have received a lot of calls. We have had a lot of conversation with a lot of different people. People want to know where we stand, if at all. Everything remains constant and we decide to go for the second round. People are asking us for direction, for guardians. And we ask God, the Almighty, for his guardians as to where we should go and how we should go about it. For those of you who are looking up to us, who want to hear from us, believe me, if you have an opinion, talk to me. Share with me. Come to my inbox. Let me know what you're thinking. If you are my supporter or you believe in me, let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you want to do. Where you want to see us. For us to sit by, do nothing, and watch the process to go on, or you have, want us to support one party against the other, whatever you guys want as Liberians, you allow us know if at all you agree with the process. For me, I don't think the process is free, fair, and transparent. But I'm not bigger than Liberia or the Liberian people. Whatever you guys want, that's what we'll do. We'll be here this evening to have a conversation with Yasendi. And we are willing to hear from you guys. Thank you so much. You have a blessed